Welcome to this morning vinyasa practice, but really it can be done at any time of the day. My name is Ashley, and this is Ash's Yoga Studio in Poulsbo, Washington. And I do a morning movement and meditation practice every weekday morning at 6 a.m. virtually. So sometimes I'm here at the studio, oftentimes I'm at home in my living room, and that is free to join. I would love to see you in a class sometime, whether that's in the studio or in one of the virtual classes like morning movement and meditation. You can sign up for that or learn more at ashesyogastudio.com. And without further ado, let's move forward with our practice. So we're going to come to a seated pose, something comfortable. And today I'm going to read from the book I've been reading from for morning movement and meditation. This is called Peace In and Peace Out by Joan Steffend. And it just helps to set up a theme by coming with a passage or an affirmation. So today we are going to work on breathing, or the thought of just noticing our breath. So simply breathe. Here in this moment, you can close the eyes or keep the eyes open. I bet you're already doing this a dozen times a minute or so, breathing. But I'm inviting you to find some trigger in your environment that will remind you to stop, look, listen, and breathe more consciously. A friend of mine suggested taking that moment of mindfulness and oxygen every time you are at a red light. You could set your phone alarm to alert you once, twice, 3 times a day. Stress could remind you. That moment of inhale and exhale takes you out of the mindlessness and reminds you who is doing the breathing. So that's part of our practice, is to check in with the breath. It's oftentimes used as our guide for our practice and for our day. So it tells us how we're feeling, how we're showing up. And anytime you feel stressed or like you can't handle the pose, the situation, come back to that breath and find that pause. Now, how exactly do we do this? Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out through your nose. Now, as you breathe in through your nose, notice that lower belly extending, expanding like a balloon in all directions. And a full exhale out through the nose, so every ounce of oxygen releases before taking that next breath. We can call this belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. So you're using that diaphragm to push down into your belly, the lower lungs. And we'll take just a couple more deep breaths sitting in this comfortable pose. Maintain awareness on that breath every time your mind wanders as we move forward. Let's reach those hands up. Take a breath-based movement. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, take one hand to the ground, other hand comes across for a simple side bend. We'll do that back and forth. Inhale, reach up. Big inhale through the nose. Fill it up. Exhale to the side. And we'll do that 2 more times on each side. Make sure that you're finding that long extended inhale, plugging the arms up towards the sky. We got one more time. Can you extend the exhale? Inhale back up. Now we twist. You can pick a side. One hand goes to your knee. Other hand goes to the floor behind you, exhaling everything out without too much pressure, just a simple twist. Inhale, reach up to the center. Exhale, twist. We're working movements into the spine along with that deep breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Reach up. And exhale, twist. We'll do one more each direction. 3 is a great number. Next time, let's reach up, hold it there. Exhale, reach the hands forward and roll over onto your hands and knees. So take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're hitting up the different directions of the spine. So we did side bends and twists. Now we do this forward and backward motion with cat and cow poses. So we arch the back, look up. Exhale as you press into the hands, round the back, tuck the chin. And you might feel like you need a little bit more expansion, or find the very end of the breath to follow with the end of the movement. So find that extended place. And we'll just do a few more. You can do this at your own pace. And then coming back to neutral, we'll find another way to strengthen the core and prepare us for some of our bigger movements today. Extend through, I gotta decide if I have to mirror you today. I won't, so listen along, and if you're the opposite, it's okay. Extend through the left leg, it goes straight back, okay? Left leg back. Right arm comes forward. Instead of adding this arch in the back, pull that up so you're pressing through the left arm, left hand. Toes point down, take a deep breath in, lengthening forward and back. Exhale, pull the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, extend straight line. Exhale, pull in. Straight line, extend. One more time, pull in. Extend, and since it's morning, I want to add a little back bend here. So now we can drop the belly a little bit, but still press through that left hand. Point the toes and lift. Feel like a ballerina in this pose. Nice flowy hands, and take it back down. Round the back once, tuck the chin, and come back to neutral. Extend through the right arm. Your gaze should be down at the floor next to the right hand as your left hand reaches forward. Shoulders strong, pressing, active, abs in. Take that deep inhale. Exhale, hug the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull in. And find that extended place, inhaling. Exhale, pause. Let's point the toes, lift on the inhale. Add a little bend in that right elbow, look forward. And finally take it back down. Round through the back one time. And then bring it back to neutral. You're gonna walk the hands forward about a hand distance or so. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips and the knees, and press them back for downward facing dog. Pedal the feet a few times. We've got this down dog variation, or just the first down dog, so it's not going to be perfect. Never will, but this is a great place to check in. Walk your feet forward just behind the hands. Finding that forward fold, so bend the knees, lower down, grab the elbows, shake out the head. So release, relax, breathe. Good, releasing those hands, bend the knees a little bit more, roll yourself up to a standing position. Roll those shoulders back a couple times, give it a few shoulder rolls. If you're doing this along with me in the morning, it does feel good to add these little movements so that our body is warmed up, ready to go. So we're going to then move on to sun salutations. So you can bring the feet together at the top of the mat, or for a little more stability, you can take them a little wider. That's up to you. Okay, so the hands come to your heart. Now that we're standing, we can fully deepen that breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Use that breath to stand a little taller. And maybe at this point, notice a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Digging into our breath of victory, or Ujjayi Pranayama, for our Vinyasa yoga practice. So just a bit more heat building. Okay, on your next inhale, reach up. Maybe look up. Little back bend here for the reach up. Exhale, open the arms, diving down into your forward fold. Good, lead with the heart on the way down until you come to that final fold. Lift halfway, hands can go on the shins at first. Pressing into the hands, lengthen the back, crown of the head forward, gaze down. Exhale, plant the hands. For this first one, step your feet back to your plank pose. So not down dog, shift it forward so you're in that plank, pressing into the hands rather than, dumping between the shoulders or the hips. Press and lift and activate the core. Even the legs are strong. So the knees can be down or lifted, just depends on checking in with that breath. Slight outward rotation of the hands, so the elbows point to the back of the room. Okay, shift forward on the toes or take those knees. Hug the elbows in, lowering down to a 90-degree bend in those elbows. It's a chaturanga position. Press strong through the hands. Lift the heart, flatten the feet, upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders back. Your gaze stays forward. I know we're taking a couple extra breaths here. This first one's slow. Okay, look down. Press into the hands. Use your core strength. Bring your rib cage up first. Whew, there we go. Downward facing dog, flip over those toes. If you want to build strength, slow down those transitions between all of those poses. Simple sun salutation A can be a lot more effective if we slow it down. All right, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, open those arms, reach up. Little back bend, exhale, hands down to your heart. Now we'll try that a little bit more, focus with the breath itself, breath to movement completely, okay? Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through that back. Exhale, plank pose, step back or jump back. Inhale from plank pose, shifting forward on the toes or taking the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Full exhale, slow this down. Inhale, press to upward facing dog. Exhale, take your time. Downward dog, hips up and back. Core strength activated. Take one deep breath. And step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Half lift. Fingertips can be on the floor or the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open those arms, reach out and lift up. Hands to your heart. Let's do one more. Remember, groups of 3. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower and descend. Low plank. Up dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. One deep breath. Good, bend the knees, step or hop forward. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up tall, reach up, lift up. Hands to your heart. So we're probably pretty warm by now, but we're going to continue adding more to this warm-up. Sun salutation B with a few variations. Remember to take that calming breath every so often. Bend the knees, sit back into a chair pose as you circle those arms up. Look up, reach up, exhale, hands forward and down, forward fold. We're going to go through that same sun salutation highway. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, step or hop back. Shift forward, inhale. You can always skip this push-up and go straight to down dog, no problem. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. So from here, I'll have you lift your right leg up behind you. Got it? Keep the hips neutral, toes pointed down. Bend that right knee and lift the left heel off the ground. Take a deep breath in and then shift forward, knee to nose. Draw it forward, shin stays lifted, foot stays lifted, knee to nose. Inhale, single leg down dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow or the tricep. Single leg down dog. Knee to left elbow. Single leg down dog. And exhale this time, knee to nose. Shift way forward, hold it there, then step between the hands. Spin the back heel down for warrior stance, rise up. Warrior one. Soften the shoulders, bend deep into that right knee. Pull the elbows back as you exhale, opening the heart, tucking the lower abs in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Pick up the back heel, step the right foot back. Shift forward, low plank. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. And we'll lift that left leg this time. Bend that knee, neutral hips and pelvis. Knee pointed down. Lift the right heel, deep breath in. Knee to nose, exhale, shift forward, create a lot of space between your nose, your shin and the floor. Inhale, single leg down dog. Knee to left elbow, exhale. And back. Knee to right elbow. And back. Knee to nose. Step between the hands. Back heel spins down. Again, rise up. Keep the arms open, bend the elbows, pull it back as you bring the lower abs in. Whew. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the ground, step back, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Exhaling into that. One deep breath. Bend the knees, step or hop forward, top of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose again, sit back, reach up. Then take the hands to your heart, hold it there. Lovely little chair pose. Abs in so we avoid the arch in the back. It's getting warm now. I turned up the heat in here, so it's a little warm. Good, now try this. Lift up onto the heels or tippy toes, heels up. Just try it. Then heels down, try to lift the toes. Get a little lower. Reach up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. We'll do one more sun salutation B. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Deep breath, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up behind you. Again, bend the knee. Exhale, step between the hands. Back heel spins down for warrior one, but right away we'll open to warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. Adjust the feet so they're in a straight line. Flip the right palm on your next breath. Reverse warrior, reach up high with that right hand. Down low with that left hand down the back leg. Then shift forward back to warrior two. Elbow to your thigh. Extend through that left arm, either straight up or forward, palm facing down. We'll do that again. Take an inhale, warrior two. Exhale, pause. Now with that breath, flip the palm. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, exhale. Now all the way through again. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, exhale. Keep low with that bend in the knee. Reverse warrior, inhale. Last one, side angle. Back to warrior two, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down and around. Inhale, reach up, back heel picks up. That just makes it easier to transition. Hands to the ground. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the knees, step between the hands, exhale, warrior one, reaching up. Then opening up to warrior two, adjust the feet again, so you might need to heel toe them a little wider. And flip the left palm, reverse warrior as you slide the right hand down the back leg. Back to warrior two. Then elbow to your thigh. Just keep breathing deeply here. I know we might not be on pace with each other. And we've got this back and forth beautiful motion. Look up towards the hands that are reaching up high. Lift to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. We'll go back and forth. Exhale, side angle. Reverse. Side angle. One more time, reverse. Side angle. And we got our warrior two. Here we go. Right hand down and around, exhaling. Inhaling as you pick up the back heel and reach up. Exhale to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. We're going to keep this pretty simple. We'll take that right leg and lift it behind. What are we doing again? Bend the knee and open up the hip. Just give it that open variation. It's the first side, so we're just going to do an open hip. That's it. And then switch side. This just gives us this external rotation. Lift the left leg. Rotate maybe through that left ankle. And then place it down. Look forward, bend the knees. Step or hop forward. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees deep back into chair pose again. Reach up. Take the hands to your heart. Remember that time we lifted the heels? Let's do that once more. Lift the heels, pause. Now try this. Reach forward. Bend the knees a little more, a little more, a little more. You might need to use the hands on the floor. That's okay. Until you're sitting on your heels. Round the back a little more. Heels come down, lower. Sit down. We got it. Lean back. Reach forward. You might hold it here or lift the legs for boat pose. Navasana. Reach it long. There's a lot of ways we can add breath to this pose, but it's also a great pose just to hold, breathe while in it, and feel. Feel the shakiness that arises. If not quite straighten the legs, then lift the heart a little higher, almost as if you're trying to arch the back. And we're good there. Let's take the feet down. Lengthen through the body. Got to scooch back a little bit. Extend the feet, point the toes. Hands behind you, fingers towards the feet. Pointing the toes, press into the hands, reverse plank. This should activate a lot of the opposing muscles from all of those chaturangas and push-ups. Good, and slowly lower back down. So we're on to our seated portion of our practice, which is a lot less breath-based and flowy. There's just a few poses that we do to ensure that our body is alive, awake, and we are also coming down to a more relaxed state. So let's take the feet together, knees open wide for bound angle pose. So we sit up tall, grabbing onto those feet, or hands can be placed behind your back on the floor. Lengthen through the back. Exhale, hug the elbows in and press them down as you extend the heart and gaze forward. Good, and And coming back up, we close the knees. We're going to simply lower down to the ground. So toes to the top of the mat. Reach it forward, tuck the chin, and roll down. When you get there, on the ground, and your shoulders are anchored, hug your knees in and rock side to side. Good. A good stretch or move sensation a lot of us like to feel is a hip stretch. So we did bound ankle, but a little bit different. Let's take the left foot to the floor, right ankle on top of the knee for that figure 4 position. A little bit more rotation in the hip. So try to draw the right knee away from you, and then left ankle comes closer. You can lift the left foot and grab the shin or the thigh of that left leg and hold there for a moment. A few breaths. Okay, releasing the hands from the shin or the thigh. You're going to wrap the legs across one another, like you're crossing your legs, and head into a twist. So the right arm extends, left arm will help the legs down to the side in your little bound leg variation, or your wrap eagle leg variation. So you should also feel this a little on the outer thigh, as well as a twist through the waist, as the right shoulder stays anchored. And then back to the center, lift up, switch. So we've got the right foot on the floor, left ankle over the top of the knee, and you're going to reach for the right thigh or shin and pull it in for that figure 4 stretch. If your mind is wandering, once again, come back to your breath. Notice how it slowly enters through the nose, filling the lungs. A little cold on the tip of the nose. As you exhale, feel the warmth. Okay, releasing the leg. Let's cross the legs a little bit more. You can place your right foot on the floor. Use your right hand to guide the legs across the body and down for that twist. Extend and open the left arm. Okay, bringing those legs back up to center. We're going to unwind, unravel. Hug both knees in just to reset. And place both feet on the floor, palms down. Lift the hips. Feet stay hip distance. Knees point up, of course. And adjust as needed. We've got bridge pose. It's just one more back bend. Just a simple awakening posture. You can squeeze the shoulders or even interlace the hands behind you to lift a little higher. And let's slowly lower that one down, so it's just a few breaths. And then take those knees side to side, releasing anything left over in the body. Oh, windshield wiper legs. That was a good movement. One more time, hug the knees in or grab the feet. Happy baby pose is a popular one to end with, at least until right before our Shavasana. It's an opportunity to give your lower back a massage, to open those hips once more, and to release any strain, stress. And we are headed to our final resting posture, which will be Shavasana, or corpse pose, where we just lie down. So take this moment, this time, to reconnect with that breath. We'll be here for just a couple minutes, and then I will lead you out with the rest of our Peace Out script today. So take your hands, just rest them by your sides, let the feet fall open, close the eyes, and simply follow the breath. Each inhale and exhale, allowing you to release and relax a little more. All right, slowly start to take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And take those hands and reach them long above your head. Bend the knees, roll to your side, and use that top hand to press you back up to your seated pose, where we began our practice. So here's how we're moving forward. So sit up tall, you can rest your hands wherever comfortable. You can even keep the eyes closed. We've all been in situations where we see someone in need but can't do anything about it. Maybe it was a homeless person you saw on the streets as you were driving. Maybe it's someone you know making consistent choices that seem to be hurting them. If you watch the news, it's filled with stories of need and tragedy that can fill you with a sense of helplessness. Try offering up a moment of peace, asking for what is in their best interest. Inhale mindfully and exhale a hope of peace and healing for them, without judgment as to what that looks like. I'm not saying that action and physical assistance doesn't have its wonderful place. I'm saying that your kind intentions carry weight too. Kind intentions. All right, so that's how we're moving forward today. Thank you so much for joining in this practice. Together, let's conclude by finishing with a breath up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause there, press the thumbs to your heart center. And let it go, full long exhale. Thank you again so much for joining, and I'll see you soon in a class. Namaste.